We begin with breaking news at this hour. Tonight, a woman is dead, and San Antonio police have a lot of questions. The night team Zaria Oates on Prestwick Boulevard. That's near Goliad and East South Cross. Zaria, I know you talked to police officials out there just moments ago. What have you learned so far?
Yeah, there are still several questions up in the air. As of right now, we do know that a woman was struck over the head and killed somewhere here on Prestwick Boulevard just behind me. As of right now, SAPD says that there weren't any suspects in the area and that they just know that a truck sped off after there was a loud encounter. During that loud encounter, SAPD says that a person who was inside one of these homes back behind me on Prestwick Boulevard came out, fired shots at the vehicle, and that's when the truck drove away. They do not have a make or model of the vehicle at this time, but just about 5 minutes before we came on the air, one person who did happen to see more of this incident came forward, and they're over there speaking with SAPD at this time. We do not have further information regarding what this person saw, other than that there are additional details than what SAPD has provided so far. Once we have additional information about this woman who was struck over the head and killed, or any suspect information, we'll bring you that on KSAT.com. Live on the southeast side, Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
Yeah, still so many questions. Thank you, Zaria. Now to two separate shootings on the same day that saw San Antonio police officers pull the trigger. We now have new body cam video from both of those incidents. John Paul Barajas joins me now live in the studio. John Paul, a lot to break down in these videos tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. But first, I want to start off with a warning to viewers that these videos can be hard to watch. And I want to start off with, well, as you mentioned, both these shootings on the same day, September 19th. And we'll start with the one off of Babcock, not far from Medical Drive.
Hey, where the police? Drop your gun.
SAPD officers are seen yelling at 38-year-old Janelle Harris, but she wasn't cooperating. Officers were responding to several 911 calls regarding Harris and her behavior. After Harris wouldn't listen and made a threat to officers, one officer with 4 months of service fired a single shot. It turned out the gun Harris had was an airsoft gun. She's now facing 2 counts of aggravated assault against a peace officer and 2 counts of obstruction retaliation. The second shooting took place off of Cantrell, not far from I-35, and again, it can be hard to watch. This scene of officers surrounding 41-year-old Roberto Gonzalez in a wooded area all started as a traffic stop due to SAPD's robbery task force monitoring a suspect wanted on an aggravated robbery warrant. When they pulled the truck over, they had the woman driving get out of the vehicle. Gonzalez is then seen jumping from the passenger seat to the driver's seat and taking off.
Turn right, turn right, turn right. He's in the wooded area to your right.
SAPD's helicopter operator was able to find Gonzalez and told officers where to go on the ground. Gonzalez is seen putting up the hand without the gun a few times before slightly raising the arm with the gun in it. Gonzalez died on scene. 7 officers fired their guns. Their time with the departments ranged from 2 to 5 years. And the woman he was with was arrested and is charged with aggravated robbery. Both shootings are being reviewed by the Bexar County District Attorney's Office, and we are only showing you portions of both videos. If you'd like to watch them in their entirety, we have them on KSAT.com. John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
We told you a little bit about this group last night on the Nightbeat. For years, a Texas State University nonprofit has worked to identify hundreds of people who have died crossing our southern border. A warning before this next story that some viewers may find this video disturbing. Last night, we told you about the process they complete while working to identify people who died in Maverick County. This includes fingerprinting, documenting personal items, and taking pictures of distinctive features like braces. See the braces right there? Tonight, the night team Zaria Oates shares how the university's team of anthropologists provides families with closure.
Operation ID is a Texas State University nonprofit. They're taking the lead on identifying unknown people who've died in southern border counties. The organization currently has 180 positive identifications on remains that are in the process of being returned to their families.
So when we're talking about this humanitarian crisis where individuals are crossing the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas, in a very rural region of the state, the only counties that maintain a medical examiner's office are El Paso and Webb County.
Operation ID is critical because without a medical examiner's office, some counties are left with limited resources to identify people's remains.
Our main priority is getting them identified and finding family and next of kin so that we can provide answers. Well, you don't really get closure, but at least they have answers of what happened, and they have a place that they can go to visit their brother, their daughter, their father, whoever it may be to them.
However, for those who can't be identified quickly, the organization dives deeper into their process back at Texas State University.
Whenever they're mostly skeletonized, we bring them in here and we will process the remains. We also wash the personal effects, anything that we find. We honestly just try, give them their individuality back so we can figure out who they are. We're conducting a biological profile, which is age, sex, stature, population affinity. It's also looking at any trauma, such as if you've broken a bone and it healed, you can tell. Yeah. And here is the processing room.
This is where skeletal remains and clothing items go through individual cleaning and drying processes.
And then we place them here in anatomical position. Once everything is dry, the analysis are done, photographs are taken, all the documentation is done. Then here we place everything.
Hundreds of personal items get tucked away with as much information as Operation ID could find. Once items are documented and pictures are taken, postdoctoral students upload the information into NamUs. The National Missing and Unidentified Person System provides a database to the public so people can search for their loved ones by unique identifiers.
We've had family members and other community advocates that will pull those images from an individual's missing persons profile on that website and circulate it in their community, both on this side of the border and transnationally throughout the Americas.
Many of the families Operation ID communicates with are in Mexico and South America, so they ensure communication is accessible.
I talk to a lot of consulates. I talk to a lot of family members. Usually whenever somebody calls and they speak Spanish, I answer the phone.
Families don't really know where to go to find answers, so they just cast a wide net. They call everybody that they think can help them.
Operation ID's goal is to be that help for everyone. Through donations and grants at both the state and federal level, they're able to continue identifying people who have died at the border.
Again, our hope is that everybody is identified and repatriated.
Operation ID is always looking for more volunteers in border counties. You can find more information on KSAT.com about how to volunteer your time to Operation ID. Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
Early vote begins on Monday, October 21st. So our election officials have from now until Monday to set up their polls. So what we're doing is we're encouraging them to get with their locations and to make arrangements to get there this weekend prior to Monday so that they're ready to go on Monday morning.
Preparations underway for early voting, and earlier this afternoon, all of the election equipment handed out to the elections judges. You heard just a moment ago, you can head to the polls on Monday morning at any of the 51 early voting locations, and you can do so until November 1st. That's when early voting ends. Early voting hours are going to vary depending on the day. When it comes to voting by mail, not everyone is eligible. But if you are and you live in Bexar County, you have until the 25th of October to mail in your application. If you don't make it out to early voting, you can still vote on election night, election night, Tuesday, November 5th. For more information about polling locations, what you need to know before you head to vote, what you need to take with you, you can head over to Vote 2024. It's the tab on KSAT.com, and it looks just like this. Making the best of an absolutely horrible situation is what one young woman is doing after her cancer diagnosis. Next on the Nightbeat, we're going to share her message. Her pain was indescribable, but one San Antonio teenager says she doesn't look at her cancer diagnosis negatively. Doctors diagnosed Liz De Leon with a form of leukemia back in 2021. Liz was just 12. She spent months in the hospital getting treated. She's now in remission and is proud to share her story of survival.
It changed my life by opening, it gave me lots of opportunities. Like, I'm this one right now, like I'm being able to do this one event for Light the Night and being able to tell my story to others.
Liz will get to share her story tomorrow evening at Light the Night. She's one of the honored heroes at the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's annual walk. The walk about celebrating, honoring, remembering people impacted by blood cancer. You can scan this QR code to sign up for Team KSAT. We'd love to have you. Make a donation. We have a goal to raise $5,000 this year, and we need your help to get there. Danielle Ibarra will MC tomorrow night's event. You can join us at Civic Park at Hemisphere at 6 p.m. And the weather should be great for Light the Night tomorrow night.
It'll be just fine. I mean, we have a little bit of humidity creeping back in, but it's not the kind that you really notice and makes it too sticky outside. And hey, some people love that humidity, but we're not going to get to those levels of it. Though rising humidity will lead to warmer mornings. I want to start with Authority radar. We had a little bit of action on the screen earlier today, especially around the noon hour, and that has since dissipated, but we still can't rule out a stray sprinkle or so through the night tonight and even into the upcoming weekend. That blue streak, that's the path of some very light rain earlier today, up to 0.05 of an inch, even radar estimates of 0.1 of an inch in some of the neighborhoods within that path. Here's our futurecast going forward, and don't pay close attention to the exact location of these little green dots that indicate light showers. Just the mere fact that even the futurecast is on board for a few more to develop as we go through the night and even into tomorrow, and I think as much as Sunday morning, we could have some of this activity. But otherwise, a decent amount of clouds with a few breaks in those clouds. So overall, yeah, a sprinkle or two, but nothing to make a difference. And, you know, the drought conditions will just persist and nothing to fill the aquifer. 63 in the morning tomorrow, 77 at noon, 82 the high temperature. So really looking and feeling just like today, that east wind at 10 to 15. This weekend, we're low to mid 80s for highs and a few stray sprinkles, but keep in mind on Sunday, it's mainly just in the morning hours on Sunday. Here's the big picture. There's a dynamic system, this big trough, this dip in the upper level flow over the western U.S. that has energy and some moisture with it, causing the high elevation snow and lower elevation rainfall in the Four Corners states. That's going to skirt just to the northwest of us, keep all that activity in New Mexico, Colorado, parts of the panhandle of Texas, which need the rain too, and then off into the Midwest. So that's moving away from us. We need those to dig farther south into northern Mexico to put us in the sweet spot. Really quickly, tropics. We have a new system out there, or soon-to-be system. This cluster of storms coming together, organizing a little bit, will likely become Tropical Storm Nadine very briefly this upcoming weekend. Tomorrow morning, maybe some winds up to 40 miles per hour, barely even being in the classification of a tropical storm. Inconsequential to pretty much anybody, just some rain for the Yucatan. That 10% chance through the weekend, and then notice those high temperatures back into the upper 80s next week. And like I said before, those morning temperatures back into the mid 60s because of increasing humidity. And there's a nice shot of that not quite full Hunter's moon from earlier this evening. It was full last night.
Yeah, still looks ominous up there.
It does, right? It's kind of good for that Halloween look, right?
Yeah. That's what we're going for.
That's what we're going for. I dig it.
Right. Thanks, Adam. All right, so there was definitely one team in our game of the week, Larry, that made a statement tonight.
They sure did. So Burbank just jumped all over Sam Houston early, and they go on to take our game of the week for 15-5AD2. But I'm telling you what, we got some fantastic highlights from this contest, and we have a top 10 battle between Davenport and Somerset coming up.
And you're watching Big Game coverage on KSAT 12.
Thank you, Burbank ROTC. It's time now for the big game and big game coverage this week that saw the Sam Houston Hurricanes taking on the Burbank Bulldogs out at SAISD Sports Complex, Mary.
Yes, and the clouds starting to roll in before the game tonight. Both teams entered the evening undefeated in district play, so the winner of this one takes control of District 12 5AD2.
All right, let's go to those highlights. First quarter, Bulldogs leading 7-0 when they get more. Quarterback Kevin Hernandez throws it into the end zone where he finds number 4, Matthew Reina, for a touchdown. It's 15-0 Dogs after a 2-point conversion. Same score, the Hurricanes are threatening. Quarterback Myvion Franklin Ross under pressure, and and he just tosses the ball up in the air and right to the Dogs' Eric Ovea, who grabs the ball, and he's taking that baby back all the way for a 77-yard touchdown. Burbank leads this one 22-0, and I believe that miscue was ruled a fumble late in the first half. The Canes get on the board. Franklin Ross hands it off to Terrence Harper on the end-around 12-yard touchdown. Sam Houston, and it's now 28-6 Burbank, and Burbank takes it 42-22, picking up a key district dub.
This win, I'm pretty sure it puts us in the top seed spot because they were on top seed, so that puts us in a good spot for a playoff win.
We put together a pretty hard non-district to try to prepare for these moments, try to win the district title, try to win the first playoff game in school history, and we're just going to keep taking steps to go forward. Today, we wanted to be the more physical team, and I think we accomplished that.
And they were grilling burgers at Rangers Stadium, where the Smithson Valley Rangers were hosting the Seguin Matadors. First quarter, Matadors quarterback Corey Daly throws to number 18, Nick Hendry. He makes the catch, slices through two defenders, and he's off to the races. 74-yard touchdown, and the Matadors strike first, 7-0. Back come the Rangers. Quarterback Cade Spradling will keep it himself and scores a short touchdown, tying this game at 7-all. And number 9, Smithson Valley rolls from there, 47-7. Right, staying in District 13, 5A D1, the New Braunfels Unicorns are on the road at the Piper Warriors, and that little one having a good time tonight. Second frame, moments after recovering a Piper fumble, New Braunfels quarterback Clayton Namkin scores from 1 yard out, and it's 14-7 Unicorns. But the Warriors respond in a big way. Quarterback Caden Keith with time to throw. He goes deep to Isaiah Champagne for a huge pickup, and the Warriors are knocking on the door. Moments later, Keith rolling out. He finds Andrew Grindstaff for a touchdown, nearly taking out Photog Sal, who stayed in there. Extra point was no good. Piper trailed 14-13, and the final, Piper wins at 49-35.
Now to a battle of two top 10 teams. Number 1, Davenport, looking to improve to 4-0 in District 14 4AD1 at Bulldog Stadium, the home of number 7, Somerset. Check out this piece of running by Wolves senior back Daniel Sukup II. Sukup avoids the tackle in open field, slips away from another diving attempt, and finds Pater to put Davenport up early. Later, the Wolves looking to their running backs again in the red zone. Barrett Fallon takes the handoff and goes up the middle for 6. Wolves stay undefeated in district play with the 55-14 triumph. The Fire and Armor Bowl going down at Dragon Stadium tonight between Southwest Legacy and 4th-ranked Southwest. This rivalry series is even at 3-3 since 2018. Dragons get on the board first. John Mills takes the rock to the outside, protected by his blockers before being tackled across the goal line at 7-0 Southwest. Titans answer. James Ross takes it up the middle and taps it into another gear for the score. This was a close game, but in the end, Southwest wins 41-13.
Let's head over to the Gus for a District 28 6A matchup between the Harlan Hawks and the Stevens Falcons. First quarter, Harlan ball, quarterback Aldrich Trotter keeps the ball. He runs up the middle, cuts to his right, and he is breaking off a 38-yard touchdown run, and the Hawks lead 7-0. The Falcons answer right back, driving down the field when quarterback Isaiah Ferris caps off the drive with this 3-yard touchdown run, and this game is tied at 7-all. Harlan led 14-7 after the first quarter, and the final is Harlan wins 49-14. The Brandeis Broncos and the Clark Cougars are playing football at Ferris Stadium tonight. Fourth quarter, Cougs up 10-7, and with the ball, quarterback Isaiah Santillan hands it off to number 25 Xavier Canavis, and he does the rest, taking that baby to the house, and the Cougars lead at 17-7, and the Cougs win it by that final, Mary, 17-7.
All right, both Lee and Reagan are hoping to bounce back from week 7 losses, and hey, it'll be under a hunter's moon. The Rattlers, one of 4 teams in District 27 6A with a 1-2 district record. Well, the Rattlers force the Volunteers to punt, and it pays dividends. Matt Butler on the return, and Butler makes a nice cut to the outside. The senior bursts up the sideline and makes the house call. The Rattlers ran away with this one, 54-0, the final from Comalander. More District 27 6A action. Churchill hosting Roosevelt at Hero Stadium. Always time for a mascot photo op. All tied at 7 late in the first half when we arrived. A Roosevelt special teams blunder gives Churchill the ball at the Rough Riders 15. A huge opportunity for the Chargers to break the tie, and they do. A few plays later, Miles Pace carves out his own path for the 8-yard rushing touchdown, and Churchill takes the ball game 28-14. Over at Alamo Stadium, Nixon Smiley visiting
YMLA.
Tough District 15 through AD2. These two are competing in. YMLA QB Rayshon Conaway looking for a first down. The senior moves the chains with a defender on his back. Soon after, Conaway fakes the handoff, fooling everyone on defense. Lions touchdown for the 7-0 lead. But wow, Nixon Smiley would fight their way back in to win it 21-19.
YMLA. We still got the BGC Road Trip to go, taking us down I-35, then across highways 85 and 97.
But first, let's enjoy the Alamo Heights High School Marching Band. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. It is time to hit the road for the Big Game Coverage Road Trip.
Sports reporter Nick Mantis and photog Luis Cienfuegos venturing south of San Antonio, making stops in Jourdanton, Charlotte, and Dilley.
What's up, guys? We're starting a road trip right here in Dilley, where the Wolves are about to run out into the field, and we got here just in the nick of time to help them with a couple announcements here in the press box. Let's go.
We have a fifth quarter party.
On October 30th at 7 p.m.
Several testimonials from students from Dilley, Cotulla, and Pier Park. KSAT Big Game Coverage Road Trip.
Tonight at 10. After the announcements, the Wolves rushed onto the field, ready to take on Karn City. And that Wolves' hard-hitting defense was on full display early in this one. Later in the quarter, on 3rd and 1, Karn City's Savion Nixon Thompson gets pushed forward and squeezes through the pile, and he is gone for a 64-yard touchdown. At our second stop in Charlotte, the Trojans trailed Yorktown 42-0 when we got there during halftime. Second half, same story for the Wildcats, as quarterback Brody Medding trots in for a 23-yard touchdown. And at our final stop in Jourdanton, the Cole Cougars were down a touchdown in the third quarter, but here comes Zachary Blue, weaving through the defense for a 45-yard touchdown run. Next possession for the Indians, looking for somebody open downfield, but somehow this ball is intercepted by Vincent Privatera. That's it for our road trip. Back to you guys in the studio.
Great stuff. Thank you, Nick. Dilley went on to take down Karn City 47-14. Yorktown shut out Charlotte 56-0. And Jourdanton tops Cole 33-21.
And then some other scores tonight. Let's start with Alamo Heights beating Veterans Memorial 37-26. New Braunfels Canyon was 3 better than East Central. That's actually in the fourth, 36-33 New Braunfels Canyon. And a couple of other scores. We got John J. Oliver Laredo Nixon 44-7. Poth beat Stockdale 55-7. We've also got Holy Cross defeating Dallas First Baptist 34-14. Hondo 8 better than Lytle 28-20. That's a final out there. We've got Canyon Lake over Uvalde 27-7. Pearsall falling to Divine tonight 49-7. That's a final. And we've also got Crystal City beating Poteet 39-13. Bay City over Lavernia 40-21. How about Tivy now? They beat McCollum 55-20, and South San knocked off Southside 20-7. For all your scores and highlights, head over to the BGC app and KSAT.com. Big Game Coverage.
All right, if I said Young Men's Leadership Academy, what would you say, Larry?
YMLA.
Yeah, you would. We'll be right back.
So today we had a high temperature of 82, exactly average. But you look at the entire month of October so far, only the past couple of days, Wednesday and Thursday, were we actually below average and not in the 90s. So finally a 3-day stretch of temperatures under 90 degrees, so that's good to see. And looking ahead here, we're going to warm up again, but we're going to warm into the upper 80s by next week. Have to end it with this one-of-a-kind Wemby card a local boy Lucas found.
Way to go, Lucas. Have a great weekend.